So our halfway stage of the Longines International Jockeys Championship, we take a small recess and look at race 6, the Italy handicap. It's class 4 over 1650. And the lineup, Best Alliance, Blastoise in great form. He debuts at the Valley. Zanjian Rocks, Pretty Bohemia, blinkers back on. And we go down to Impeccable Fellow, drawn gate 1, Shining On. President Star, Aero Flash has blinkers first time. Razor Quest, the rising 9-year-old, and Polymere Luck down the bottom. Pace influence, but he's drawn wide. Not white. Sam's Love has been back and forth to Chun Fa. All right, Tom, what happens here?
Yeah, we're looking here, good to slow. Polymere Luck, he goes forward. He didn't go forward last time out over 1,400 metres, but back here at the Valley, he's opting to roll forward, no doubt. Grant van Niekerk from gate 12. Blastoise, he had the perfect run last start, was able to win. Sam's Love stepping up to 1650 from the 1,000 metres should allow him to potentially race further forward. You've got President Star, Best Alliance, and Aero Flash just in behind them.
This horse is still a maiden in Hong Kong from his 13 starts, Zanjian Rocks. It was a good run last time behind Kirim. He's under a good hold here as he comes down, and he'll get his opportunity once again. He's got a low draw and he's right in the market, so nice work from him. A Pretty Bohemia, I've really liked his work. Now, he's the one closest to us. He's running away from Mongolian King, and he's such a well-rated horse now. He's one of 78. He's down to 57, and he's dropped a bit of weight going into this race, so he looks all good. And Shining On, I thought, wasn't a bad run from him as well. Nice, relaxed horse in the morning, doesn't have a care, a bit like Brett Davis, doesn't have a care in the world, and goes nicely here as well.
All right, let's move right along and go start with the toppy, Best Alliance, who gets the drop in grade after a really good third over the 1,200 behind Elite Patch. The winner went enormous. This horse went the best he's gone so far, got the drop in grade, so now he's got to carry all the weight. He's got an awkward gait and he's back to the Valley.
He was quite hard ridden in the straight in this race as well, but he still kept on and stayed there. 75-point start is where he began. Here he's down on a mark of 59, but that was his best. He does take that class drop, so I'd be keen to see how he goes this time round. He's at 7.1, so there is money for him.
Yeah, I'd wait low draw or weather for me.
Yeah, I think top weight, wide barrier, back to the Valley. Yeah, it's probably a bit of a hard task for him. Blastoise taking everything before him. You like this horse very early on in his career, Paul. He's just starting to furnish.
Yeah, he is. And look, I've got him in here once again. Ryan Moore, his last couple of starts, he's drawn 11 and 12 as well. So some barrier 4, he won't know himself. He'll wonder what that white thing is on the inside there. But he hit the line strongly here, and it was a nice win from him. And I think he's a horse who has got plenty of rating points.
You see the horse out there in the purple colours, Pretty Bohemia.
Yeah.
Best run from him in a long time. You highlighted where he is ratings-wise in his track work.
And what we didn't see was at the 600 he just got completely poleaxed and knocked over, so he could have been a bit closer, he just got taken out.
Yeah, he's a very interesting runner. Zanjian Rocks, I am surprised he hasn't won a race at the Valley. He's had quite a few placings and hasn't been beaten far in most of his efforts. He'll get a chance here from gate 2.
Yeah, he had gate 12 last time out, and he had to settle back and run on at the end. It was quite an open race in this. He was at 5.1 as the favourite, and they were queuing up for the minor positions out wide. It was probably sort of the last 100 metres where he was doing his best work late.
Yeah, you can deal me out of President Star, so I was just want to watch him do something first.
Yeah, he doesn't quite look ready at this stage. Shining On, he ran well first time at the 1650 this prep. This is the run we're looking at, we're second, and then he just didn't fire last start behind Flash Famous again. Vincent Ho jumps back aboard. Yeah,
I just want to see what he can do in this race. His track work was okay. That's why I showed it, because it was a good run and bad run scenario. He has a winner here in Hong Kong before from his 19 starts, but look, I'm going to watch him in this race.
Apart from that last run, he had been pretty consistent without striking. He just doesn't win out of turn.
All right, who are we tipping here, Paul?
I want to go with Pretty Bohemia, the one I was talking about his ratings-wise. He's won off 78 before. He's now down to 57. The blinkers go back on. He's dropped 15 pounds, so he's at his exact winning weight when he did win his last start, albeit a while ago now. I just think he's back to some of that form and a well-rated horse. He is a 7-year-old now, but he's going to go on top at 30-1 to beat Blastoise, who's going well at the moment, Zanjian Rocks as well. And another one at a reasonable price, Impeccable Fellow, who's at 36-1. He's well-rated as well. He's one of 53. He's down to 49. And he's got that coveted barrier 1. So we're going to throw him in there for 4th. 4, 2, 3 and 7. So a couple of roughies and a couple of favourites.
When Paul and I compared notes this morning, I asked you about what one you liked as a long shot, and you said Pretty Bohini. I said, well, I like Pretty Bohini as well, so I've gone with him. Blastoise, he's in good form at the moment. Zanjang rocks and shining on number 8. So 4, 2, 3 and 8.
I've got the same numbers as Tom in the same order and the same tiers as Paul. So we're all having a little crack here at Pretty Bohini.
Fill your boots.
$30 at the moment, by the sounds of it. We'll
At least
see
we
how...
haven't made him the long shot, so he'll get the $100
Yeah,
fine.
that's right, exactly, yeah. It's a win-win situation, Tom, for us.
It is.
Let's move on now to race number 7. In fact, we'll do this on the other side of this break.